Okay, so today I want to take a bit of a closer look at these surprise improvements that we got with AC Shadow's latest update earlier this week. I made a little showcase video sharing what very little information that I had about what these updates were and why we got them in the first place, because according to Ubisoft's post-launch roadmap, we weren't supposed to see the Parkour update until late May, but there are definitely some noticeable changes here. So, in the last couple days I did a bit more testing and I put some comparisons together to help clear things up because a couple really smart people couldn't quite seem to spot the differences and even went as far as to call me a liar for saying that eject functionality had been improved. And not only do I now have visual proof in my comparisons, but Ubisoft was nice enough to stop by on that very video and leave a comment confirming this and explaining a tiny bit why we saw these updates early. So shut the f***. Ubisoft themselves say the developers were eager to get some of these improvements out. I guess if they're ready, what's the point in waiting? Fine by me. They also say that these improvements lay the groundwork for the rest of the Parkour update, the new animations and ledge grab move and that kind of stuff. Sounds great. Thanks for stopping by, Ubi. Anyway, let's take a look at some of these comparisons. So the first one here is a sort of new reimagined recreation of the first Shadows Parkour video that I made, and you will note that I did make some changes to the choreography itself where these updates would allow for new moves, like an eject right there, but I also made sure to keep some of similar moves, some of the same moves so you can see. So like this one coming up, you'll see an eject from the same position on the top of this pole here. Before update, you see it lands in a hang. After update, it is a foot landing. It's the same thing with this one right here. Foot landing after, hang landing before. So, also you'll notice that I had to slow down the after footage because these new improved optimized ejects will make her get through her environment faster. This next one is extra interesting because you'll see her eject from a lower position in the after and land in a foot landing where she ejected from a higher position in the before and it still resulted in a hang. So, not only has it been improved from a hang landing to a foot landing, but she's also launching herself from a lower original position. So, definite improvement, right? In this one, we'll see Naue eject from the same spot on a wall, and in the before footage, she lands pretty low down on the wall. In the after footage, she definitely gains height and grabs the top edge of the roof. Same eject, same position, she lands higher now. Cool, huh? Okay, we're gonna let old Naue catch up because she has to move herself into a different position to even execute an eject. So while before Naue has to move herself up and in order to even target the top of this water well here, after Naue can launch from her original landing position and perform an eject to the same object. So while old Naue has to move, and then once she's in range, still will land in a hang while executing an eject to the top of this water well. After Naue can just stay in the same position that she landed on from the original eject and land in a foot landing on the well. Okay, we'll let before Naue catch up again, and they're off to the next obstacle. Pretty much going to be the same in this area right here. This eject behaves the same before and after. When we get over here, we will see another difference though. So they're going to land on the top of this wall right here. And it's the same kind of situation. Before Naue is going to have to move in order to get herself in range of the next object, while after Naue is already in position. So she's going to move down and inward to target this sign and then land in a hang while after Naue lands on her feet. Now you could argue that after Naue has an unfair advantage here. She is launching from a higher position, which would allow her to land in a foot landing, while before Naue has to come from a lower position. But before Naue is still coming down on the sign, so she should probably still be able to land on her feet. That wouldn't even be a height gaining eject, it would be still like a downward eject, but either way, it's an improvement, right? Now this is a very short sequence, so let's watch it in full speed, and even though there are only 2 ejects that have been improved by this update, you'll see that the difference in a short 30-something second clip is pretty big, right? 2 improved, optimized ejects in a very short sequence of moves will let after Naue finish this little line like 5 entire seconds faster, which in a 30-second clip, I mean, that's pretty significant, right? Okay, this is the last comparison I'm going to do because these are exhausting. This one's really weird because you'll see they actually eject from the exact same spot and before Naue lands in a higher position. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. I'll have to look into it. Either way, they're both gaining height, so that's fine. Different story on this one. After Naue pulls off the foot landing while before Naue hangs. And then we're going to do a nice little squeeze around the corner. Same story here. Before hang, after foot landing. And those 2 ejects are enough to give new and improved Naue the lead, and that will carry us through to the end of the video. This very next eject remains the same for both of them, which in fairness, it seems like they got it right the first time. I don't think this eject should land in a foot landing at all. I think that's perfectly suitable for a hang landing. And then these final two ejects, you will see new and improved Naue will do a foot landing on this one and on the final one as well, while old Naue, she hangs on both of them. So, you know. Okay, next let's do a little diagonal eject demonstration. You see there's that little wall over there, very diagonal, pretty far away. I can eject that no problem with a diagonal stick input, so this is only possible for controller players. Pushing the thumbstick directly to the left will send you to the ground, as you're telling the game to target the ground, but if you tweak it down towards like an 8 o'clock position, you can target diagonal objects. And we'll do a little consistency test here for you modern parkour deniers. You'll notice here in this uncut clip that I can very easily execute 7 of these in a row. No problem. Very quick, very easy. Just do it. Look, this isn't a tutorial video. The tutorial will come eventually at some point, maybe, if you're lucky. But just point your thumbstick in the direction that you want to eject. Point your thumbstick at the object and press X, man. Just do it. Just do it! Okay, I think that's about all I have as far as parkour science is concerned, but I do have a few more fun clips that I recorded last night that I can share with you, just playing around with the ejects so you can see kind of how they function now. I mean, the game feel is improved so much just by this, and it's not just the height gaining ejects, it's just normal functionality of regular kind of lateral move non-height gaining ejects. They work now, and they don't land in a hang every single time, and it's a beautiful thing. It really improves everything so much. I know that a lot of people are still kind of hanging on to the sad fact that Japan is just not the best built city for parkour, and that's true, and I share your thoughts on that. I share your disappointment, but this really does improve everything so much. There's so many more options, so many more possibilities. It really opens up this world and allows you to navigate it in a way that feels good. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect. I never said it's perfect, and I still think this system and this franchise has a long ways to go before parkour is anywhere close to as good as it used to be. But these are steps. It's progress, and it's pretty good progress, I would say. The game's been out for just over a month. We have seen numerous improvements, numerous community feedback requests come to light, and it's good to see. It's really good to see for the future of this franchise, and I don't see how you can see it any other way. People keep saying, like, well, I'm not going to praise Ubisoft for adding features that should have been here to begin with, or things that we had back in 2007, and I understand where you're coming from. I feel the same way sometimes, but look, dude, we're making progress. This has been a long road to get here, but we're finally seeing some really good results, and we're finally getting back some important things. And they're doing it in a super non-parkour focused game. So the way I see it, this doesn't give Ubisoft any excuse to not add these features and more to future titles. They know that we care about parkour. They know these things are important to us, and they're showing us that they understand that. And I can't see that as anything but very good for the future of Assassin's Creed. Alright, that's all I got for now. See you later.